watching Color 10 News at 10 in high definition.
Gas prices are up nearly 50 cents in the last month. Good evening, I'm Ashley Ketz. Color 10's Kevin Schwaller talked with someone who says you can save money at the pump by changing your habits behind the wheel.
Yeah, we met up with a physician who has a passion for trying to get great gas mileage. One of the things he does doesn't have to do with driving. It has to do with his climate control. He keeps it away from extremes. Now, he drives a hybrid, but a lot of the things he does, everybody can use. People who drive gas cars, too.
I've saved a small swimming pool full of gasoline.
When you drive with Evan Fusco,
I get 60 miles per gallon typically.
You're in for an unconventional ride.
Try to be smart. You know, you don't wait till the last second to put on your brakes. You anticipate traffic slowing down.
Fusco watches his miles more than most of us. You can feel a difference in his driving.
Being very gentle on the accelerator.
He does what's called hypermiling in his Prius hybrid.
Some people will take it to extremes and they'll draft unsafely behind semi-trucks and things like that, but I've never done things like that.
And in a short drive from a gas station down the road, Fusco got 56 miles a gallon.
Tend to stay within the speed limit.
Still, he knows he could have done better had it been a different trip or had he had a warmer engine. Sometimes he even sacrifices his own warmth.
It's easier for me to put on a coat and gloves and a hat and run the climate control a little bit cooler, and I still stay plenty warm for my short drives.
Fusco is also one of the few car owners with a Tesla Model S, all electric.
It's never been about money for me. It's been about saving gas and not wasting precious resources and not sending money to the Middle East.
So is this style worth it for your average driver?
I've saved about $20,000 in fuel. I've calculated.
At least here, Fusco and his Prius are making the economics of fuel economy work in their favor.
Fusco says that saving is also about planning. For instance, if you're going to be running a bunch of errands, he says drive to the furthest place first. That way your engine has some time to warm up a little bit more. Now, the AAA and some police have said that this hypermiling can be dangerous and even illegal in some cases. Fusco says that his version of it is both legal and safe.
Good ideas there. Thank you, Kevin. Missouri's Department of Transportation wants to make the bridges you drive on safer. A study from 2009 to 2010 by Transportation for America ranked Missouri bridges as the 7th worst in the country. MoDOT conducts bridge inspections at least every other month, some more frequently. The department recently completed its Safe and Sound Bridge program, replacing or rehabilitating 804 bridges.
We knew we had a lot of bridges that we needed to either rehabilitate or replace, and we weren't making as much progress on them as we would like to. So we were able to package a large number of bridges together and get them done in such a way that we got them done in less than 5 years, and we're able to make some great progress in replacing those bridges that were in a more deteriorated condition.
MoDOT says while there are always bridges in need of repairs or replacements, all of them are safe. Drivers will notice several Springfield fire trucks look a bit different. Engines 1, 2, 4, and 9 are now red. It's the beginning of the process to replace all yellow fire trucks. The reason Springfield switched to yellow years ago was because a study found yellow was easier to see at night.
And what we found is that the study had some flaws in it. In addition, what we found is we didn't reduce the number of accidents across the country. Bottom line is they're hard to miss no matter what color they are.
Now, the red fire engines took a year to build and cost about $400,000 each. They replaced engines that were past their typical lifespan of 15 years. Jamie Warner is in the weather lab tonight tracking some changes for our weekend. Jamie?
I was going to say, Ashley, too, I think I like the red ones better anyway. So
the traditional.
I'm glad the red ones are back. All right, yeah, we're tracking some changes. We've got some snow on the way after what was a beautiful afternoon, albeit a cold afternoon here in the Ozarks. A band of light snow making its way through eastern Kansas and northwest Missouri. Right now stretching from areas south of I-35 up through the KC metro area. That band moving southeast at about 25 miles per hour. Looks like that'll put it into Springfield maybe by 1 o'clock in the morning and into the West Plains area by about 5 o'clock in the morning. And when it moves through, there will be, at least in places, maybe an opportunity for a dusting to as much as a ½ an inch of snowfall. And I think for at least a short period of time, we could see some slick spots on area roadways, at least in the areas that get the heavier snow. Temperature certainly cold enough for the snow to stick. 29 in Springfield. Here's how your Saturday will shape up. We'll start off at 25. Still maybe a lingering flurry toward the state line. Otherwise, look for skies to become mostly sunny for most of the day. I think more clouds toward the end of the day, and a high tomorrow of only 37.
Thanks, Jamie. Thousands of Ozarks veterans will soon have medical treatment much closer to home. VA clinics are planned for Springfield and Marshfield. Color 10's Laurie Patton shows what else is involved with this plan.
These local volunteers for the Disabled American Veterans drive hundreds of Springfield area veterans thousands of miles.
200 on the average, and we usually travel anywhere from 8 to 10,000 miles per month.
Rick Polk is a veteran and the Transportation and Hospital Services Coordinator for the DAV. He also uses the service because of a severe back injury.
I go on the vans.
Vans go to hospitals in Fayetteville and Kansas City and clinics in Branson and Mount Vernon, as well as other locations.
We go to Columbia, Missouri, 3 days a week.
But clinics planned for Marshfield and Springfield can make their job easier. The 68,000 square foot Springfield clinic is slated to open in 2015. A smaller 7,500 square foot VA clinic is slated to open in Marshfield by September 2013.
If they put a clinic here in Springfield, it'd make it a lot easier for a lot of veterans around this surrounding community.
A site search is on for the Springfield VA clinic location. The Springfield clinic will have a litany of medical services. These are just some of them.
Services that we anticipate being available in our Springfield clinic are primary care, mental health, audiology.
It will also have a sleep lab, retail store, and space for veteran services. The Springfield opening will affect the Mount Vernon clinic down the road, but the Veterans Administration says services will be moved closer to 24,000 veterans.
We are relocating our Mount Vernon clinic to Springfield, and what we anticipate is that that's going to bring approximately 10,000 veterans within a 30-minute drive time of primary care services.
Now, the changes in Mount Vernon in 2015 only affect the clinic, not the veterans' home. New at 10, big cats in Arkansas get help from overseas. The International Fund for Animal Welfare provided an emergency grant to Turpentine Creek Wildlife Refuge. That is in Eureka Springs. The money will help rescue 10 big cats from a private home near Mountainburg. A woman was housing 34 tigers and cougars and could no longer care for them. The other cats have already been relocated. The cold weekend weather makes it the perfect time to eat some chili. The Sertoma Chili Cook-Off is tomorrow at Springfield's Expo Center. People, though, are setting up today. It begins at 11 a.m. and lasts until 5 p.m. Tickets are $15 at the door. The event benefits the Boys and Girls Club of Springfield. Big-name artists are putting on concerts in the Ozarks this summer. Today, Black Oak Amphitheater in Lampe announced its lineup for the Coors Light Summer Concert Series. Trace Atkins will kick it off on Memorial Day weekend, followed by Tim McGraw June 23rd. Then on July 5th, Leonard Skinner will perform, and Journey will close out the series on August 16th. Amphitheater management expects the shows will make a big economic impact.
And we feel like this is an opportunity to tell people, hey, Branson's open for business, this community's open for business, Table Rock Lake's open for business. Come on down, come for a concert, stay for a weekend, check out some of the other great shows and hotels and restaurants in the area.
Tickets go on sale March 8th, and if you'd like more information, click on this story on ozarksfirst.com. 2 Missouri lawmakers claimed they are being threatened for proposing a gun control bill.
They are rude, they are threatening, they are absolutely disrespectful.
The gun restrictions in this proposal and the likelihood of it passing. If you haven't already found Color 10 on Facebook, it's easy to do. Look for the Facebook icon on ozarksfirst.com and like our page.
You're watching Color 10 News with David Oliver, Ashley Katz, weather with Chief Meteorologist Jamie Warner, and sports with Dan Lucy. This is Color 10 News at 10.
New at 10, Arkansas lawmakers are moving forward with a plan to allow guns on college campuses. The House passed this proposal. The legislation would allow faculty and staff with carry conceal permits to bring their guns into the classroom. However, public and private universities could opt out. The guns on college campus bill moves to the state Senate next week. Also new at 10, anger over a gun control bill in Missouri. Matt Cesny explains what is in the proposal and the harsh reaction to it.
This is an all-out ban on assault weapons, military style, high capacity assault weapons. I don't think have any place in a civilized society.
And you want people to turn them in?
I do. I'd like that to occur.
That was all gun owners needed to hear about House Bill 545 in Jefferson City. Rory Ellinger says the bill is very similar to the one recently passed in New York State. He admits in a Republican-controlled legislature here, though, the bill stands no chance of passing. But that's not the point. It's a debate on guns, he says he wants. Instead, he's now getting an earful.
You told me the NRA keeps trying to call your cell phone right now.
That's right. They're pretty diligent. They found out my cell phone number, but I'm not going to let them push me around either.
Down the hall, Ellinger's co-sponsor, Jill Shoup of Creve Coeur, was also flooded with emails and calls. One she showed me that actually had an anti-Semitic tone.
They are rude, they are threatening, they are absolutely disrespectful, and I'm frankly very disappointed that people would call in to someone who is trying to, get a discussion started and make threatening calls.
So far, the only discussion these lawmakers have made, though, is with Capitol Police, who we're told are now monitoring the emails and calls that even some pro-gun Republicans are now getting at the state Capitol.
Now, though highly unlikely if the bill became law, gun owners would have 90 days to either remove assault weapons from the state or turn them into police. Well, let's check in now with Jamie Warner for a check of the forecast. Jamie, tomorrow's going to be chilly.
It is, and you're saying chilly for another reason.
Yes.
We've got the Sertoma Chili Cook-Off tomorrow. Runs from 11 o'clock to 5 o'clock at the Expo Center, and it looks like the weather will maybe be driving people indoors. It'll be cold outside. With that cold tonight could come some snow. I'm tracking some in eastern Kansas. A look at that on radar and a look at your weekend forecast after this break.
And now weather with Color 10 News Chief Meteorologist Jamie Warner.
All right, watching snow this evening in eastern Kansas and northwestern Missouri, and it looks like we could see a quick burst of it, maybe some light to moderate snow later on tonight. So if you're going to be out late tonight, after midnight, watch this. Here's where the snow is right now. We'll go ahead and pan to the north and west a little bit. You can see from Chanute stretching north and east up towards the KC area and even a little bit further north into St. Joe. That's where the snow is, and that snow is moving southeast at about 25 miles per hour. So it looks like here in Springfield, we could see that arrive maybe around a little before 1 o'clock in the morning. And then areas further south and east down into the West Plains area probably by about 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. And I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't make its way all the way into northern Arkansas. At least flurries, maybe a little period of some light snow. And there may be just enough where we pick up a dusting to possibly as much as a ½ an inch of snow, at least in a few spots. And that will be all that it takes, because this snow, unlike the other night when we had the snow, will stick on the ground. It's not going to melt at all. So roadways could be impacted a little bit by the snowfall, and I wouldn't be surprised if, as the snow is going through and shortly thereafter, if we don't have some slick spots on area roadways. There is a disturbance which is helping to generate that snow. That disturbance, you can kind of see it located right about in there. That's dropping toward the southeast. We'll move across our area overnight tonight, and we'll be exiting by tomorrow morning. So this is a short-lived event, and then we're back to mostly clear skies, I think, later in the morning on Saturdays. Let's take you hour by hour. This is earlier this afternoon, showing that little band making its way into Kansas. That drops it off toward the southeast. Notice by 7 o'clock in the morning, looks like it's down to about the state line, moving into northern Arkansas. At that point, sort of breaking up into just flurries, and that moves on out. We're going to see a period like today of mostly sunny skies from probably about 10 o'clock in the morning through maybe 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And then during the mid to late afternoon hours, high clouds will spread in once again. And we'll also probably find a little mid-level cloudiness moving in as well. So we'll wrap up the day, I think, with partly to mostly cloudy skies as we're going into the night, Saturday night. Then those clouds move out. And Sunday looks like it's going to be gorgeous. Mostly sunny skies, winds out of the south, and much warmer. After highs tomorrow only around 37, maybe 38 if we're lucky. It looks like highs on Sunday around 58, with a few spots possibly warming to as high as 60, 61, I think, to our west and southwest. And then on Monday, we'll deal with the rain from the storm that's going to help to generate those southerly winds. Overnight tonight, again, light snow moving in after midnight. We'll see about 1 to 2 hours of that here in the Springfield area, probably from about 1 to maybe 3 o'clock in the morning. Maybe a very light accumulation from that snow, about 25 for the overnight low. Again, that light snow or flurries arriving into northern Arkansas by sunrise. Very short-lived. It moves out. The clouds move out. We see skies become mostly sunny, and then toward the mid to late afternoon hours, more clouds will roll in. Looks like highs tomorrow in the upper 30s here in Springfield, and maybe around 40 down to our south across northern Arkansas and around the state line of Missouri. After Saturday, there's your quick warm-up, 58. Rain comes in on Monday, maybe a little thunder, 56. Cools off behind that system. And then another system, this one more powerful, will move through the Ozarks, and that will generate some rain late Wednesday night. And temperatures may be cold enough so that we have to be concerned about a mix, possibly some sleet, snow, or maybe freezing rain. Then temperatures warm up a bit Thursday morning, up to about 45 for the high with showers, maybe some thunder with that, and then that'll be followed by sunshine on Friday. And looking long range down the road to next weekend, yet another storm moving across the Ozarks. That one, too, could threaten with a little bit of wintry weather. So we've got a busy pattern over the next 1 to 2 weeks.
Yeah, February is turning out to be a pretty interesting month.
Interesting, and, you know, we're getting the precipitation, and we need that as we head into the spring season.
That's right. Thanks, Jamie.
You bet.
Both our teams are different, actually. They're playing their best ball right now, and I think we're starting to get there.
The Missouri State Bears will be looking for a Saluki sweep. Dan Lucy has that story and a special night in Republic next.
And now, the Chevy Dealer Sports Report with Dan Lucy.
50 years ago, Republic basketball coach Leland Brown drove his 5 Tiger starters up to Columbia in a driver's ed car. That Republic team went on to win the Class M state championship. Republic went on to beat Clopton in the semis, Bernie in the state championship game. Color 10's Nick Carboni will have much more on this story Sunday night on Ozark Sports Sunday on KOZL. Tonight, Republic will recognize the school's only boys state championship. It's at halftime of the Republic Ozark game. Most of that 1963 Republic team will be at the game for the reunion and the celebration.
For years and years, people talked about that team. They still once in a while do, if you get an old-timer. And they've been very close. We've gotten together, well, several times, but at least every 10 years. It's been good.
Our manager, John Thurman, threw up a big towel, and everybody jumped up and down. You know, you've seen those celebrations. And it was just and the cheerleaders. You know, my wife was a cheerleader, Phyllis. You know, they all jumped up, and we all just had a nice celebration out on the floor.
As for the game tonight, Ozark Republic's first-year coach Trevor Fisher has his Tigers at 19-4. Color 10's Justin Doherty was courtside for their game with Ozark.
Yeah, things just don't get any easier for the Ozark Tigers. Tuesday night, they beat their arch-rival Knicks at 74-68, and tonight they're in Republic battling the other Tigers, who are ranked 2nd in Class 4. Emily Hellenberg is your 2013 homecoming queen out in the Republic, but it's Ozark takes the early first quarter lead. Brett Christa gets the steal, lays it in. Ozark up 8-3, and then Grant Hancock, he's going to get the rebound off the missed three. Put back, good. Pulls Republic within 1, and Hancock, he's not done. Gets the dish, marks him out, throws it down. Republic up 14-13. Republic with a 10-point lead at halftime, honoring the 50th anniversary of the first and only boys state championship. In the fourth, there was tied with Marcus Miller with the rebound. Putback's good, and Republic, they take this one 68-61.
You know, we just try and stick to our game plan of pounding the ball inside, which I feel like we did a really good job in the first half of. And, you know, I mean, one thing leads to another. When you have good inside presence, your outside shots start getting open. One thing leads to another, and you can build up a lead like that.
And Dan, the Republic Tigers improved to 20-4 on the season, and next week they face yet another Tigers team, this time from Waynesville. And that's all in preparation for exactly 10 days from now, which is the opening round of district playoffs. Out in Republic, Justin Doherty, Color 10 Sports.
Missouri State will be looking for a 2nd consecutive victory in a season series sweep of Southern Illinois tomorrow night in Carbondale. The Bears trying to find a way to win their way out of the play-in game for the Valley Tournament, and Missouri State can go a long way toward achieving that goal with a victory over over the Salukis. The Bears and Barry Henson's Dogs met in the first conference game of the year. That was way back on December 30th. Missouri State won by 11, but that was a long time ago, and both teams have changed.
Both our teams are different, actually. They're playing their best ball right now, and I think we're starting to get there. But they're coming off Wichita State win, Indiana State win, so they're at an all-time high right now. And we just got to be focused going in, take care of the ball, and give us a chance to win.
We're in position. I don't think you can concern yourself with what other people are doing. We have to take care of one game at a time, and if we do that, we could put ourselves in a pretty nice position.
It was semifinal night at the Missouri State High School Wrestling Tournament in Columbia. This is Nix's Joe Villiquette in the Class 4 126-pound division. Villiquette wins 13-4. He will wrestle Waynesville's Emil Johnson for the state championship tomorrow. Ozark's John Ose has advanced to the 170-pound Class 4 title. He pinned McClure North's Josh Wheeler tonight. And in the 194-pound semifinal, it was Kickapoo's Tony Grant against Ozark's Cody Lindsay. Lindsay pinned Grant in the first period. He's 40-0. He'll advance. And this is Micah Foote pinning his opponent to advance to the 220-pound Class 4 title match. He is from Kickapoo. The championships are tomorrow. Tyler Miller and Zach Carney, both from Reed Spring, also advance to championship matches tomorrow as well. Lots of Ozark area representation up at
nice
state.
To see that. Congratulations to all of them. Thanks, Dan. And we'll be right back with this story. These sand sculptures are not kids' play. The number of experts that are taking part in this festival.
Now at Ashley for
Let's hope no big waves hit Melbourne, Florida this weekend. It would be a shame to ruin these displays at the Art of Sand Festival. 8 master sand sculptors from around the world showed up to create 13 exhibits. Those are pretty impressive there. I didn't know there were sand sculptors.
Where are the buckets? I thought you made sand
I don't think they use buckets.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I don't think those were molded from a bucket.
Those are very impressive. Of course, the white sands of Florida, we're going to be looking at some white stuff coming from the sky later on tonight. Could get a little dusting after midnight. Be careful if you're going to be out early. Could see some slick spots on roadways. Otherwise, mostly sunny to partly cloudy tomorrow, high of 37, and then sunny and warmer on Sunday with a high 58.
And Dan, hard to believe we got baseball going on today.
Baseball started for Missouri State today. They won 3-2 over Texas State, down in Texas in 11 innings. So congratulations to them.
All right, well, thanks for joining us. We hope you have a great weekend. We'll see you back here Monday.